Welcome to Wednesday's English video. Today we are going to be learning about possessive apostrophes. Now this is new to all of us. We haven't learnt about this before when we were at school. Okay, so you listen carefully and see if you can complete the activities at the end. So the first thing I would like you to do is to have a look at these words. What is the same about all of these words? That's right, they all have apostrophes. Now some of these words you will recognise, they are contractions that we use all the time and we've learnt about before. And some of them are contractions that aren't quite so familiar, but we're just going to have a little look at them now. Let's look at these two sentences. The first one says, "The boy's happy because he is having an adventure." The word boys in this sentence is a contraction, which means it is two words that have been shortened to one word. What are the two words? That's it. Boys is short for boy is. The boy is happy because he is having an adventure, but we've shortened it to the boy's happy because he is having an adventure. Now let's look at the second sentence. The boy's boat was red. In this sentence, is boys short for boy is? Try that and see if it makes sense. The boy is boat was red. No, that doesn't sound quite right. And that's because in this sentence the apostrophe is not there because it is a contraction. There are not any missing letters that the apostrophe is replacing. This is a special type of apostrophe called a possessive apostrophe, and that's what we're learning about today. We use a possessive apostrophe to show that something belongs to somebody else. In this sentence, the boat belongs to the boy. So we put an apostrophe after boy and add an S to show that something is going to belong to the boy. Have a look at these sentences. They all have apostrophes. Some of them are contractions where there are letters missing and it's one word that is short for two words. And some of them are possessive apostrophes where it is showing that something belongs to somebody else. Have a read of the sentences and see if you can work out which are contractions and which are possessive apostrophes. Pause the video, off you go. Welcome back. Let's have a look together. So the first one says, he couldn't see through the bushy leaves. That's it. Couldn't is short for could not, so it's a contraction. The next one says, Max's boat was yellow. This one is showing us that the boat belongs to Max, so it is a possessive apostrophe. Miss Meikle's hair is curly. That's it. This one is also a possessive apostrophe. It's showing that the hair belongs to Miss Meikle. He should have listened to his mum. That's right. This one is a contraction. Should have is short for should have. He should have listened to his mum. And the last one, he didn't like the wild things. That's it. That one is a contraction as well. It's short for he did not like the wild things. Your task today is to write sentences with a possessive apostrophe. And what we need to think about to do this, to be successful, is we need to think about what is belonging to whom, or what is belonging to what. And we need to remember that the apostrophe always goes before we add an S to the end of the word. Now there are 3 challenges to choose from today. You can either have a go at the bronze activity, the silver activity, or the gold activity, depending on how confident you are feeling with this. Most of you should be able to start with the silver and then maybe move on to gold. But if you're feeling really confused, I would start with the bronze and then you can move on to silver if you are confident once you have done that. I'm going to give you an example now of the first question on every sheet, so that will help you a little bit when you are making your decision about which one to do. Okay, so this is the bronze sheet. This is the easiest of the challenges today. And in this one you have got some options to help you when you're filling the gap. So you choose which word needs to go in the gap. So for this one, the sentence is, the fork belonging to Max was sharp. That's our starting sentence, and we need to change that sentence so it is showing that the fork belongs to Max with a possessive apostrophe. So we've got a gap here and the sentence will finish with fork was sharp. And we need to choose which of these words is going to be in here. So if we look up here to find out who the fork belonged to, we know that it is Max. So we know we're going to be writing Max's fork was sharp. So you can have a look at these and decide which is the correct way of writing Max's. Now we know it must have a capital letter because it's a name. Now this is the name Max, and if I want to show that something belongs to Max, then I put my apostrophe and then I finish it with an S. Max's fork was sharp. Okay, so that's the bronze sheet where you've got options to choose between. If you're going to have a go at the silver challenge, it's very similar, but you haven't got the options. So you need to look at the sentence and decide who is the owner, okay? Who owns the thing? Who is going to need the possessive apostrophe? So here it's the same sentence, the fork belonging to Max was sharp. The owner in this sentence is Max. So we're going to be writing Max's fork was sharp. And just like I did on the bronze, I write Max, then I write my apostrophe, and then my S to show that the fork belongs to Max. And if you're feeling really confident with this, if you think, yes, I understand these apostrophes, then you can go straight in with the gold challenge. And in the gold challenge, you have to rewrite the sentence on your own with a possessive apostrophe. So you look at the sentence and decide who is owning something. So it's the same sentence again. We can see here that Max is the owner and he owns the fork. So you would say that Max's, my apostrophe S, fork is sharp. Full stop. So pause the video here and have a go at the challenge. You don't need to print the sheet. If you don't want to, you can just write it down on a piece of paper. That is absolutely fine. Okay, off you go. Welcome back. Hopefully you have managed to complete your sheet correctly. You can check it against the answers. Before we go today, I have got some sentences here with apostrophes, and I just want you to work out if the apostrophe is correct or not. So the first sentence says, the boats were sailing through the choppy water. We've got an apostrophe in the word boats. Is that correct or not? That's it. It's not correct because there's nothing belonging to the boats. This is just meaning more than one boat, a plural, so we should not have an apostrophe in that one. The next one says, the wild thing's eye was yellow. Should this apostrophe be here or not? That's it. It should be here because the eye belongs to the wild thing. The wild thing's eye was yellow. What about the next one? The wild things had terrible teeth. That's it. This one does not need to be here. We should just be saying the wild things with no apostrophe because the wild things in this sentence is a plural word. It's just meaning more than one wild thing. And the last one, Max's dinner was on the table. That's it. That one is correct because the dinner belongs to Max. Well done. I'm sure you have done really well with your apostrophes today, and I'll be back tomorrow with another video. Bye.